This is Ryan McKinney. He attended the American Legion Department of Virginia Boys State in 1997. Ryan, can you tell us how you were selected by Langley High School in Fairfax County to attend Boys State?
Well, I was a senior in high school, and the assistant principal at the time, Mr. Aikman, came up and said, "Hey, we've selected you." Apparently the teachers, the faculty got together and voted for, they chose 5 students out of the Langley School graduating class. So I was chosen by the faculty at Langley High School and asked by the assistant principal to attend, and I said yes.
Awesome. So when you went to Boys State, what's a typical day like at Boys State?
Wake up, meet in your, there was more than 500 boys from around the state of Virginia there, and it was on the campus of Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia, and you'd wake up in the morning. Each dorm had its own pack, and so you'd get up, you'd organize, you had to wear white shorts. It was in the summertime, and or in the late spring, and a white Boys State shirt. Everyone had to wear the exact same thing, like uniforms, and then you got organized and marched to breakfast. Had breakfast, and then you went to different civil lessons where you role played future scenarios, where you had to take the position of a government official or some kind of policy maker or a politician, and work together with other boys to come up with solutions to challenging problems.
Was there a name that each boy was given?
No, each boy had his own name.
Because when I was doing all my research, I kept coming across the word citizen.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we were all considered citizens. There was a huge emphasis on country. I did forget to mention that every morning after breakfast you assembled all together in your packs, very military style, very organized, to sing the national anthem, and there were morning announcements, and they would tell us different patriotic stories about a certain hero, a war hero, or something like that.
Awesome. And when I was reading on the main website, it was saying that this is not a boot camp. They felt it was important to point out it wasn't a boot camp and it was not a sports camp. Even though it was run in a militaristic fashion, did you enjoy those that were in the camp? Were they veterans? Did they work for the American Legion? Do you know anything about them?
Well, first back to the boot camp part, it definitely wasn't. We had lots of free time to do whatever we wanted, and most of the boys that were there did play basketball or something like that.
Just to point out the distraction, that's Laika. Laika's new rescue dog drinking too much water. Thank you.
So,
it wasn't a boot camp.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't a boot camp. It was run by older members of the American Legion, and it was great because they were actually war heroes, and they would share their stories and give us their input when we were dealing with those scenarios. All of the men that were there had been in the service at some point, so there was a lot of respect from the boys to the leaders that were there, and that was apparent, and it made the camp run smoothly.
Could it be said that it gave you a greater respect for your veterans?
Absolutely, and I think it also did a lot for, it was neat that we as young men were exposed to, or got to work with people like that, because when else are you going to have that experience?
Absolutely. And what did you think of the other boys at the camp? Were they pretty high quality, or did you wonder how some of them got into the camp?
I never once wondered how any of them got into the camp. Everyone that was there was respectful, and I think that says a lot for the selection process. I know that each public school in Virginia is encouraged to send their top however many. I think it depends on the size of the school.
So the objective of Boys State, there's many different versions of it for Virginia and the entire American Legion, but it seems that the objective is to teach young boys how to be good citizens and be good people as community members and ideally leaders in their community. Would you say that Boys State accomplishes its objective?
Absolutely. I left Boys State with a much greater appreciation for my country, for the battles and the challenges that people before me have overcome to make this country the way that it is. They also gave us a sense of ownership in our country by encouraging us to deal with these significant issues that will be coming up. And it was neat that they gave us some direction towards becoming confident in our abilities to deal with challenging situations as citizens and as maybe in the future leaders. And
did they teach you to have a greater respect for yourself as a leader?
There was a lot of self-esteem building. They had lots of awards for outstanding leadership. There was a huge emphasis on leadership throughout the camp as well. And I think most people that attended it would come away with a greater sense of self-efficacy.
Awesome. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Well, Leica is eating my shoe. Stop.
Leica. Yep. That's the 9-month-old puppy with her rib cage. So is there, because this is
like to add?
Well, this is a class about crisis in the classroom, boys in education, and teaching us how to be better teachers to boys and how to help boys. In my focus with the project, how to help boys to be better leaders.
Yeah, I think the fact that the funding was available from wherever, I don't know where the funding for the program comes from, but it may come from the American Legion. And if it does come from the American Legion, that's an outstanding program. I think that it's important for the state and for the country to have a program like that where students are taken out of the classroom and students are made to feel like, wow, I was chosen to represent my school, so it gives you a sense of ownership and you want to do a good job of representing your school and yourself. I think that it provides the first step towards students really feeling like, hey, they believe in me this much, I really can make a difference.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you very much, Brian McKinney, 1998, Department of Virginia, Boys State.